everybody! Welcome to Cooking with Grandmommy, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and I hope it was so good. I am so glad to have you join me. Today we are going to give you a terrific recipe to help with the turkey leftovers. And it's so good you may just make an extra turkey so you can make this again sometime. Really, it's that good. You know, at Grandmommy's house, what do we always say? Food is all about love, and everybody's welcome, and who doesn't love pot pie? Ooh-wee. So, we got a special recipe for you today. Come on in, and let's get started. So, we're going to make a turkey and pork sausage pot pie. So, I'm starting out here in my pan, and I have 4 tablespoons of butter that I have melted. I'm going to throw in 1/3 cup of flour. Stir that around a little bit, mix it up. I'm going to add in 1/2 teaspoon salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Remember, pepper's always optional. If it's something you like or your family likes, you can, or you don't have to use it. So, this has gotten thick. Now also, you know, if you like this recipe after you make it, you can, if you keep chicken breasts, like most of us keep a bag of frozen chicken breasts around, you can just cook up a few chicken breasts. You only need 2 cups of either chicken or turkey. I have, of course, leftover turkey today, and that's what I'm going to use. And I've already browned up 1/2 pound of sausage. I have that ready to go in. So I'm just stirring this butter and flour, salt and pepper together, letting it get really good and hot, and make a nice big thick roux so when I put my liquid ingredients in, it will thicken up nicely and make a delicious broth for the pot pie. I have had this recipe probably for 40 years. In fact, the original handwritten recipe someone gave me is one of those recipes that you can tell has been used. Some of the letters are disappearing off of it, and you can tell that it's been used often. Alright, so this is browned up, stirred up well, and I'm going to add 1 3/4 cup of broth, and 1/3 cup of milk. 2/3 cup of milk. Mix all this up and let this just start bubbling and thickening. Now the amount that I'm making now will make 1 larger pot pie. I'm going to use 2 pie pans today and make 2 out of it. Or you can even, if you have the dishes for it, you could make 6 small pot pies, so everybody would have like an individual. And I like serving mashed potatoes on the side with this one. But you can use whatever veggies your family might like. We're going to have peas in this one with our turkey and our sausage. So, just let that cook for a minute, warm up, and start getting bubbly. I hope you really enjoyed your Thanksgiving. And of course now, oh my goodness, it's just a few days until what? We're going to be right into Christmas. It seems to be really fast this year. Time to start making the cookies, the Christmas cookies and the candies. And we'll have a couple recipes like that for you too. We have a day here that the kids and the moms get together, and we kind of do all of our cookies and candy in one day, and then we have it in the freezer and it's ready to go during the holidays. And typically the dads will end up watching football while we are getting together to make all the good food. But that's okay, that works for us. Everybody's together under one roof. taste testing all the goodies. But sending everybody home with their share, or putting them in my freezer so when they come to Grandmommy's house, they have yummies. Everybody has their favorites. Now we're starting to get thick. I'm going to turn my heat off now. These cast iron burners that I'm using stay warm for quite a while. All right. So this is not going to be, you don't want it thick like a gravy, but you just want, it should not be liquid like the broth was going in, or the milk. That flour and butter just make it a thicker. You can imagine how your the gravy is when you do eat a pot pie. All right, so this part is complete. Now I'm going to add in the sausage, the ½ pound of pork sausage. I have 2 cups of, this is turkey, but it could be chicken, whatever you have available. Come on out of there. Stirring that all in. And then, last, I'm going to pour in a bag of frozen peas. This mixture is warm. Just stir the peas in. Now, there's the inside of your pot pie. Let's move these things out of the way. Now I'm going to divide this between these 2 pans. So the filling is all done. Sausage, pork sausage, browned, leftover turkey, and peas. And I'm going to use these 2 pans. Now, like I said earlier, if you wanted to do individuals, you could, if you have bowls like this, these are Fiesta ware, so they can go in the oven. You could put filling in 6 of these and a little round dough on top. So you could make individual pot pies. I'm just going to make 2 here. Or you could have one larger, I use a large casserole dish if I'm putting it all in one. So I'll divide this up between the 2. Two big scoops each. Let's see, now it looks like I have room for a 3rd scoop here. And a 3rd scoop here. So there's my half and half. How's that? A little bit left in here. Let's get it all out. The gravy, the turkey, the sausage, the peas. All right. So there's our fillings. I've got my oven heating up to 425. And I have my crust already made. The crust is 1 cup of flour, a teaspoon of celery seed, ½ a teaspoon of paprika, and a ½ teaspoon salt, and then water. And I'm telling you, this is so tasty. There's so much flavor in the crust. 1/3 cup of butter or lard. As you know, I like using lard. So I've divided my dough into 2 pieces. And I'm going to make a circle. And remember, we do the cross, and we do the X, and that gets us to a circle. And this doesn't have to be pretty. We're not going to crimp the edges. We're just going to cover the filling with this dough. And it's going to be thicker, a bit thicker than your regular pie dough. All right, so I have this one ready. Roll it up here and cover this pie. Just bring your edges in and just tuck them in. See, it's not crimped like a pie crust would be. And let's do the next one. Is it making you hungry? Because these are so tasty. Little mashed potatoes on the side, or just plain pot pie by itself. Yum, yum. This is a favorite of my grandkids. Gosh, who are now, the oldest is 28. Wow. How did that happen? Okay, this one is ready to go. I'm just going to tuck it down, pull it down around the pie. And now remember, you got to put a vent in here because cut the dough in a few spots because the steam has to be able to escape. If you don't do this, it'll all come bubbling up around the sides. So put a few vents in there. Turkey sausage pot pie. Isn't that beautiful? Look at those. I'm going to bake them at 425 for 25 to 30 minutes. We'll pull them out and see how yummy they look. All right, turkey sausage pot pie. Leftover turkey with a little bit of pork sausage added in and a crust with lots of flavor. Look at these beauties. So if you're not real experienced on making pie crust and you're still a little bit afraid to give it a shot, this is an easy recipe to start because it's just 1 cup of flour and you're not trying to make all the pretty edges. You just flop it on here. So this is a good one to practice with. But if you're still a little bit intimidated by that, buy a pie crust at the store or use crescent roll dough. That gives it a little fluffy top. But give it a try. You're going to love it. Delicious turkey sausage pot pie for your Thanksgiving turkey leftovers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, at Grandmommy's house, food is all about love and everybody's welcome. See you later.